Hi Joel,
Hey Shaurya, what's up?
we are back with one more race analysis. This is us in Kerala. This is the Churam race, Wayanad Churam. I think I'm doing the definitely doing the wrong. So we are four of us racing.
Yeah, you, me, Ben, Srinath.
Srinath obviously being the favorite here. So yeah, that's the beginning of the race. That's my rear wheel.
But we didn't. Wait, hold on. We didn't talk about why there was so much footage of us at the start line.
Can you go back?
Yeah. So we're here at the start line, all ready with 2 minutes to start. Then there's us. 20 minutes later, I'm asking for water from my mom because I've gone through one bottle waiting for our chief guest.
Dude, it was like, yeah, we were definitely not prepared for this weather. It was too humid.
Yeah, and finally the chief guest arrived to flag us off
Yeah.
with probably the most pathetic flag off I've ever seen in my life.
I wasn't even sure if the flag off happened, okay, because I braked.
So yeah, this is your point of view, making the right out of Decathlon and then this UE onto the main road.
It's a climbing race. The race distance was 58 kilometers, with the last 12 kilometers being the climb, which is the Wayanad climb.
So this goes from Decathlon Calicut to the Wayanad climb. And the roads are really narrow. They're all single lane roads and a lot of road furniture and sharp turns. And since the race was delayed by half an hour, the traffic had also picked up. So it's quite sketchy. Yeah.
This is actually the nicer part of the road when you're on the highway,
Yeah.
because once you start getting into the small town roads, the traffic was like really, even though like I love the fact that the race was on an up and down, rolling terrain,
Yeah.
because then you can actually play it nice, but the traffic was sketchy. And that's Srinath got onto my wheel and he was telling me who to look out for, people who stay there and train there.
Yeah.
I think he warned me about this guy called Rijul and Vittal. Vittal's the guy
In
in the
your
red
in your
jersey.
camera right now.
Yes, yeah.
So I pick up the pace and he sort of surges to try and get onto my wheel there. So this is a small flyover where I'm at the front
Yeah, I
pacing,
can
keeping
see.
our guys safe. Now we've got Ben's view.
So this front camera footage is Ben.
Up ahead is me. She's told me to pick up the pace and when he's ready, he'll bridge up to me. So I'm starting to get a little separation and now everyone tries to, get onto my wheel. And then a small kicker comes and he attacks and joins me, but we have no footage of that kicker. So at this point, after 5 kilometers, there was a gap about 1 minute to the chase group.
You see the flybys, you can clearly see like the separation that you guys have gotten here.
As soon as I turned, I looked over my shoulder and saw she coming in. And the moment I saw him, I stopped pedaling, waited for him to get close enough, and immediately I was putting out 400 watts for about a minute and a half. And then like at this point my heart rate was well above 200 because I wasn't actually very well
Right.
because of some stuff.
Right. But this was like probably the dream break, like you've got both
Yeah,
of you
yeah,
guys.
It worked perfect. And now here's some footage of Ben with a couple of other guys bridging up to your chase group. And now we've got 2 LBB guys in the chase group who've got to do zero
and
work.
that's-
Because there's 2 other LBB guys up ahead in the break.
That-
So
What a fucker!
I knew on the day that I could climb if I was well rested, and that was pretty. I just wanted to reach the climb safe. That's my rear wheel, and you'd see this is the guy. This is Sri's student, right? You gotta call him Rocky. He's the Rocky. He Rocky won. Rocky from Rocky won. He lost, but he kind of won. He definitely won the respect of a lot of people. Oh, by the way, you see the 2 guys behind Ben? They crashed.
I mean, but man, look at the traffic. It's ridiculous how much traffic there is, and it's
Yeah.
so sketchy. This is not a one-way road. There's vehicles coming in the opposite
Yep.
direction as well. So everyone being spread out this much across the road is
Yeah.
really
So
sketchy.
it's 30 seconds after
mean-
this, somewhere here where the crash happens. We don't have it recorded, but the reason the
man.
crash happens is because people weren't signaling, dude. So like normally you'd
Yeah.
ride. You're riding against competitors, but you need to realize that you got to keep everyone safe. It's not like you don't want to kill people on the road when you're racing with them. So I think only the
Yeah.
workstat guys, cafe workstat guys, they were the only experienced riders signaling every pothole.
Yeah, and those are the boys who are pacing at the front
Anis
right
and
now.
Akhilesh. That is
I
me.
see you taking a moment in the front.
So
Hey, there's Shri and I
Yeah.
going by. So at that point, we had a gap of about 2
Right.
minutes, and I'm emptying myself because my heart rate was about 198 beats for an
Wow.
hour. So at that point, I was probably
Wow.
like 200 beats. Yeah, because I was battling a bit of a flu after my immune system took a hit after
Yeah,
the
because
crit
like
crash.
for me, like this
So-
is Ben and I, like we were like, okay, the moment we reach the base, like 1-2 is done.
Yeah.
I was actually racing for third position here.
And what she also told me was like, if we get to the base with a 2 minute gap, like you just have to hold tempo and like nobody's gonna catch you. And I told Shri, my heart rate is in zone 5, but my power is in zone 1 right now. It's not happening. I'll take you as far as you want me to
Right.
take you. After that, I'm done. So then there's like a sharp
Right.
6% kicker, which I got over. And then afterwards, I told him, hey, can you go to the base? And he was like, yeah. So I said, okay, I'm done. I'll wait
Right.
up for Shaurya. But you, on the other hand, were playing it perfectly
Yeah,
well.
I was
sitting
here.
in the
You
group,
can just see, like,
letting
I
the
was
boys
sitting
do
in
the
the
work.
back, no work being done. Ben and I were just chilling. The
Yeah.
situation here was, so something interesting happened with, like, when we were 35, 40 kilometers into the race. So the traffic was too bad, like, and people were kind of accelerating. So the local boys knew the roads well, and they kind of knew where the junctions are, which we weren't aware of. This is the first time we're riding on these roads, by the way. So what
Yeah.
was happening was there were like bad roads and traffic junctions, and some riders were just accelerating out of it, which is like I understand it's a bike race and you want to drop people, but it got dangerously close at times.
Because it's a technical course. Like there's nothing. Yeah. So that's when that guy breaks away, the wind space boy, and I
Anis.
think he stays.
So Anis did a
Yeah.
small break which nobody responded to. So he was chased 2 actually. Yeah.
He was chase 2. Okay, so
We
you
were
guys
chase
were
3.
chase 3.
And I didn't know he
Huh.
was up ahead because I didn't keep a count of everybody in the group, which I should have ideally. So that was kind of a surprise because I
Right.
saw him on the hill. So this is the sketchy part, dude. Look at the road
Yeah.
here and look at how close the traffic
it's
is.
horrible.
There's people coming in from all sides of the road, and this is where
Yeah, and
Yup.
if I pause now
Yup.
and
This-
zoom in, you can see that these boys are drafting
that,
vehicles.
I mean, I wouldn't blame them at this point of time because they couldn't have done anything
Yeah.
else. So what I do want to mention here is like they accelerate the shit out of these corners.
Corners or any bit
Yeah,
of like
yeah,
road,
bad road.
road gravel or like road work.
And this is where Ben and I got dropped for a bit.
It seems super sketchy, and then you put in an effort to bridge
Yep.
back up from what I see.
Yeah,
and,
that's Ben's camera, by the way.
In 3, 2, 1,
Boom.
pause.
Then you have
Doggos. 4 doggos, cute doggos, standing there innocently
Yeah.
crossing the road.
So this is Ben's point of view, right? And he like given his
Yeah.
skill on the road, he manages to go past the dogs. But I slam my brakes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're
Yeah,
right behind Ben at this
and you can
point, right?
see like there's a gap already. So these guys know they've dropped to LBB guys.
There's about 10 to 15 bike
More
lengths
than
gap.
that, more than that. Because that's the rare end of the peloton. The guy who's in the front is further ahead.
Oh, right. The guy in the front is drafting that car all the way up in front. Yeah. Oh,
So
man.
by this time they don't see any LBB jerseys around and they just want to drill the shit out of it. So
And now you guys have to get around these
Yep.
doggos, which Ben successfully does. I think
I
you have
had
to
to
slam brakes.
brakes, and for the next
And-
like 5 to 7 minutes I had to like really go into my VO2 max to catch up to these guys.
Because at this point, like, Sri and I were getting time checks of like a minute, and then these bike guys were telling us 2 minutes, and then after a point, they were like 3.5 minutes, and that's when I was like, yeah, bro, 3.5 minutes, go ahead.
Right.
He did the whole climb in
Wow.
his big ring. But he had a 50, so he had a 50 30,
Right.
and he climbed the whole thing in his big ring. He had a plan of 3 minutes for every kilometer of the climb, which he stuck to, and he got the KOM.
Oh yeah, and
on
he
the
beat
climb.
himself I think by 2 minutes.
Yeah, yeah. By
What's
two,
the
two-
KOM
2
at
minutes
right
and
now?
a bit, yeah. 35
So
something.
he like beat his time by
Yeah.
2.5 minutes I think then, right?
And took the win quite comfortably with you coming in second
Well,
place.
yeah. The surprise was at the base of the climb, I basically set up a 4 watts per kilo pace, and I knew there's only going to be like a 1 or 2 guys who are going to hold up to that. With like 2 kilometers to go, I see a jersey ahead, okay? And with our new jerseys, the good thing is like you can identify it from far away, you know, because I'll just look for the left
Yeah.
sleeve.
Yeah, left sleeve only.
Yeah,
Left sleeve,
so
bright pink.
then I knew is this someone ahead. Okay, so I thought it's probably a weekend rider who's just like there to climb. I see a motor support guy next to him, and I was like, okay, so this is definitely a racer. And that's when I like really
Yeah.
had to accelerate and I had to drop. Sudev, I think that's the guy's name. Shri finishes like with some hands up in the air, like full style.
Yeah.
But this is another footage of us finishing, and you can see I almost got out sprinted at the end.
So how long did you
I
ride
rode with
him
him for like 20 minutes up the climb.
But yeah, that was basically the Churam race. I DNF'd at the bottom because I had like gone way
Yeah,
above
you
my
had a bad
limit.
day, I think. We got a 1-2. Ben did a good climb, even though he got dropped later. He finished 9th, I think. Big thanks to Ben and Sudhi for giving us the footage.
So guys, so that's another race analysis from us. If you like this kind of content, please do give it a like and stay tuned for more because we're gonna try and do this a lot more often.